Prior to ResponseLogix, pretty much what we would do is pretty much what every other dealership was doing. Most of your leads come in when you're the busiest time, which is the weekends. And what we found was that we just weren't getting our response times. There were more around 4 hours response time. We looked at about 2,000 leads and found out that if we got back to them within 10 minutes or less, our closing ratio was double digits. So we knew we had a problem right then because we weren't able to get back to our customers in a timely fashion. So ResponseLogix has actually done two things for us. They save us time, but they allowed me to be able to hire a different type of person than what your typical internet manager is. Therefore, now I have a lot less turnover. I'm able to get people in the income ranges that they want to be in. They increased our closing ratio, first of all, by getting us in the door first. So by getting back to them within 10 minutes, we're able to get in that door first, which gave us the first kind of right of refusal by the customer. So that in itself helped us bring our closing ratio up. But also by getting us in that door first, they were more likely to answer the phone when we called because we were now, instead of wasting the 15 minutes of putting out that lead, we're now on the phone with them within 15 minutes. And now we're getting a twofold. And it's also a softer approach. You don't have to go in there and try to make this appointment right now. All we're doing is trying to get in the door and find out, hey, did you get my email? Did it get hung up in spam or anything like that that we can help with? As far as sales, what it's able to do is now I can have my guys work on more leads. So instead of only being able to give them 80 and have them work it and having to be a superstar internet manager to get through those 80 effectively, now I can give them about 120 leads a month. And because we know it's always going out on those busy weekends and things like that when all these leads are coming in, they know it's getting out, so all they have to do is make a phone call. So even between doing a deal and stuff, they can pick up the phone, make a phone call quick, try to make an appointment if they can. So that in itself, working more customers, working them better, sending a consistent messages all the time to our customers is really what's been the secret to our success. This is translated in from us having somewhere between 8 to 10% closing ratio to between 13 and 16%. We were doing about 140 to 150 deals a month, and last month we actually ended up with 297. And with a 4-month average of 257. So obviously it's paid off in just the fact that you can see in just our numbers. So before we had ResponseLogix, I'm sure everybody else is thinking the same thing. How am I going to get the guys that have been always doing this job to do something different? Because anytime change comes about, people get afraid. The one thing that I noticed right when we went in there is most of our internet managers were like, listen, I do it this way, I know how to do my job, I'm closing it at this rate. And we were fairly successful. The problem is they're looking at just their one little pile of leads, not the whole department's pile. So when you started adding it all up, there was definitely room for an improvement. So, over time, what I had to do is just kind of show them the benefits, just like anything else, showing them the time that they save. Now, if you ask anybody in our department, they'd all say the same thing. They wouldn't do their jobs without it. Some departments think you need to make that first phone call. Some believe you got to get that first email. With ResponseLogix, we're able to do both. And when you're able to do everything for everyone, that's when you really see the power. And I mean, if anything's taught me in this last year, that giving your people more time to work on their leads, to make those phone calls, just creates a better working environment for them. You don't have to worry about, a salesman doesn't have to worry about whether or not they got back to this person. They know they have, they're happier, when you have happier people. It just all kind of works like a snowball. And with happy people come a lot of sales, and that's what we like. So we're really happy about ResponseLogix.